Thanks, Nakir. All right, welcome. So this practice is going to be one of detoxification and de-stressification. I don't know if that's a word. De-stress and detox. So we are going to start on our backs. I have this awesome bolster. I think all yogis should have a little bolster of some kind. You can also use your pillows from your bed, stack them up, but it's just really nice for restorative poses like we will start with. So I'm going to take my bolster. You can also use a rolled up towel or blanket and use it under my knees. And then come on down to the back. Snuggle the shoulders underneath so you have lots of space for the breath. And then take your hands to your belly. Just place your palms on your belly lovingly. We'll take some time for some self-care. And just feel immediately that sensation of the floor supporting you. Allow your body to just get heavy here. So you can let your feet just kind of splay out. Let your legs relax, be heavy. And just allow the floor, that surface, to meet you wherever you are today. So letting go of any plans for the rest of the day, letting go of anything that may be of concern. Just give yourself permission to be here on your mat for the next 50 minutes or so. As we arrive here, swallow in your throat, soften the back of the throat and the front of the throat. Maybe turn your head from side to side. Just find that sweet spot and let your eyes close. Begin our normal mindful practices, so noticing the sounds in the distance. Noticing the sounds in your space. Becoming aware of the temperature of the air. And that sensation of the clothes snug against your skin or loose against your skin. Just appreciating that sensation. Notice any light that's filtering through your eyelids. And just become aware of any other sensations that are arising in this moment. Just become aware without judgment. It's all just an exploration of self in this present moment. And then with our hands on our belly, perhaps it's already started to just soften. Let your lips close and bring your first breath of conscious air for today, perhaps into your nostrils. Feel that sensation of the nose hairs moving about. And bring the breath into your belly. See if you can inflate like a balloon into your hands. Fill up as fully as you are able on this first pass. And then when you're ready, slowly release the air, same way through the nose, just noticing sensations, feeling the nose hairs, feeling the warmth on the lips, feeling the deflation of the belly. Let's take a few more together, just filling up. Maybe this time you become aware that the air comes up into the lungs, filling up all those nooks and crannies. And then on the exhalation, just a slow deflation from the top of the chest all the way down to the belly. Drawing that belly button into the spine. So you can feel that little bit of lower back, pressing into the mat. Again, invite in a deep breath. Fill up as far as you can. And then this time, see if you can make your exhalation really long and luxurious. Maybe even longer than your inhalation. Just let the belly deflate. Take your time to let go of all the breath. So good. We're our first little bit of detoxification and de-stressification. Couple more here. Notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere. See if with your next exhalation you can let go of tension somewhere. If that's not going to work right now, have no fear. We will do a lot more work on that throughout this practice. On this next exhalation, just let the belly draw into the spine. Let your lower back sink toward the floor. Let your hands release. And just take a few normal breaths. Just notice what you've affected. Good job. Your nervous system is already going into rest and digest. But we're going to take it a little bit further. So I'm going to move this bolster out of the way. Let my legs just extend long. Reach the body long, so arms reach overhead. Take a little back bend, just a little stretch, just to feel that curve in the lower spine. And then lower the back. Bring your knees up toward your hips, so bend the knees. And then if your shoulders will accommodate this, take your hands behind your head and make a little basket. Place them behind your head. Now, if this doesn't work for you, hands on belly. If one shoulder is just not cooperating, just bring one hand behind your head. The idea is we want this real expansive chest. We're going to work on our vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve is the big long nerve that is associated with our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our body's mechanism for rest and digest, which is so important to our self-care. So we're going to have our eyes open for this. So with our gaze up toward the ceiling and our head staying stable, we're going to take our eye gaze over to 3 o'clock. And we're going to stay here until we get a yawn, a sigh, or a swallow. I just had a swallow and I didn't even... So see if it happens just unconsciously. Just notice. And then if that happens for you, bring your gaze back to 12 o'clock. We'll take a couple passes here just to play. So take it over to 3 o'clock again when you're ready and wait for your sigh, your yawn, or your swallow. Man, I just swallow. I don't know why. Just get curious about what your body does. We'll take it again when you're ready, 3rd time. And if you're just not getting anything, that's okay. It's always something to try again. Just initiating this rest and digest. Good. I got to swallow. All right, when you're ready, release your hands. Take your knees, hug them into your chest. Give yourself a sweet squeeze, releasing that lower back. Let's take some circles here. Taking the knees in one direction. We're going to really work a little bit more with that vagus nerve as we move through this practice. So we'll have more opportunities. If you didn't get a sigh, a swallow, or a yawn, no worries. You're still perfect. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your arms out nice and wide. Let's do some breath to movement. So when you're ready, take a nice big breath in. Fill up that chest, and then on your exhale, take your knees over to the right, take your gaze to the left. Good. Now only go as far as you're ready this morning. This is a hip stretch. So just go as far as you're ready. Move with your breath, though. Take your gaze in the opposite direction of your legs as you move through this. Excellent. So all of these twists that we'll be exploring today will also be our detoxification. So we're thinking about twisting from the hips and the rib cage. So we'll be detoxing as we do some twisting. All right, bring the knees back to center. If you like, you can rock and roll forward and back until you land in a boat pose, or you can roll to one side. Come on up and find your boat pose. So legs extend long. We'll get our bellies activated. Another form of detoxification. Draw those shoulders down and away. We're going to come back down to the mat in 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Relax. Take a full body stretch if you like. Take that arch of the back. Good. And then hug your knees into your chest. Let's rock and roll. Or roll to one side. Let's come into boat pose, part 2. So you can extend your legs. You can bend your legs. Hold on, just gently. Play with this. Just bring that belly into the spine. It's hard. We're activating those abs for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Relax. Oh, maybe the hands on the belly would feel good now. You can give yourself a nice little pat or, just relax those abs. Take your arms overhead. Give yourself a little back bend here. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, wrap your arms around your legs and begin number 3, rock and roll. So good for the spine. But if it doesn't work for you, roll to one side. Meet us in boat. Excellent. Draw the shoulders away. Bring the belly to the spine. 3, 2, 1. This time, take the hold of the backs of the legs. Just gently bend them. And we'll come up to a comfortable seat. So decide if you want to tuck something underneath you. I've got this bolster here. Why not use it? I'm going to sit up, letting my hips get higher than my knees. And this is going to be round 2 of our, you feel that? You feel that detox already happening? This is round 2 of our vagus nerve activation. So we're going to start with our ears. We'll do both sides just because we don't have both sides at once since we have limited time here. But you can take it one side at a time if you'd like to practice it on your own. So we're going to reach our index fingers and try to find that little indentation that's right above the ear, the hole in the ear, the ear pathway. Find that little indentation. It's directly above it. And then just take your finger and lightly press in and make some circles. So we're just moving the skin here. Getting the vagus nerve activated. And you can go in both directions, kind of drawing it up and down and side to side, circling it out. Good. You really want to get the skin moving. You can close your eyes, come back to your breath if you like. Good. Continue for just a little more. Excellent. Let that go. Shake it out. Let your hands rest in your lap. Just take a moment to tune in, notice. Just notice what you notice. And then the second part is we're going to reach for the inner ear. Try to get in there with your index fingers. And then take the inner ear and draw it down and draw it back, finding all four sides. Good, up. And then just take some circular motions. Might get a little earwax, that's okay. Good. And then let that go, let the hands rest, maybe close your eyes. Tune in, notice what you are noticing. Let's take a shoulder roll before we lift our arms up again. And then take a hold of your earlobes. We're going to work all up and down the earlobes, drawing the earlobes down, drawing them out, drawing them up and back. And then really massaging in those, all those little creases, all those nooks and crannies, getting the earlobes nice. Yeah, you can take the back of the earlobe, the front of the earlobe, getting them nice and relaxed. And again, let your hands rest. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. Let your shoulders relax down away from the ears. Take a nice big breath. Long, sweet exhalation. And one more thing for this vagus nerve. We're going to take our peace fingers and take them to the backs of the ears, just that place where the hairline and the, there's exposed skin between the hairline and the ear, and just kind of massage back there. You can get behind that bone. And then you can pull the skin up and hold it. All the while breathing, nice yogi breathing. I know you are. And then pull the skin down and hold it. Then take the skin, pull it back towards your back of your skull. Good. And just for fun, because we're already back there, take your hands, give your neck a little massage. Awesome. Shake that out. Let your hands rest. Let your eyes close. Notice what you notice. So you might notice if you have any ringing in your ears, you might notice that has subsided a little bit. One of the potential benefits. You might just notice a sense of calm. And you might notice as we move into the next portion of our program that you have a little more mobility in your neck. So let's take the chin down to the chest. And on our inhale, rise up. On the exhale, chin comes down to chest. On the inhale, lift the gaze. And then we'll gently take our gaze over to our right shoulder, down to the chest and over to the left, and draw some gentle circles with the nose. Keeping it gentle. Keeping it real. Take a different approach, go the other way. See if you can find some nooks and crannies that need to be addressed by going the other direction. And then come to stillness in the center. Take a moment to pause and allow everything to settle. And then I'm going to remove my bolster so I can come so that my bum is flat on the floor. And extend the left leg long. Let's release it. Take the right leg, hug it in, and cross it over the left. You can flex your left toes. And you can either give yourself a hug here, hugging this right leg with the left arm, and then take the right arm around to the back, pressing it into the floor. Or you can take your left arm outside of your right knee if you want a deeper twist. Decide what twist is speaking to you this morning. And then press into the floor as you lift your spine, lift the crown of your head, getting nice and tall. And we'll use our breath. We'll take about 5 breaths here to really get deeply into the twist. Thinking about the middle of the torso is the beginning of this twist. So that left side is where the twist begins. So we're not really twisting from the lower back. So we don't want to get any tweaky lower backs going here. So let's use our next inhalation to lift and lengthen. Maybe hug in a little bit more. And then use our exhalation to twist toward the right. Maybe the neck gets a little more of a stretch. Maybe it's really feeling good. Good. Another breath in and a nice long exhalation. Good. Take 2 more. So you can really hug that leg in. You can get a little more detoxification here by squeezing in, a little more of a hip stretch. Let's make this next breath in our largest, our biggest, our most expansive. And then let the exhalation unwind you. Shake out that wrist, both wrists. And then bring the right leg to the inside of the left. We'll sit up tall. You can always prop yourself with a blanket if you like. I'm going to flex my left foot. If you have a strap and you'd like to use it, why not? Wrap it around the ball of your left foot. And we'll come forward into a forward fold. No need for a strap if you don't have it. Also an opportunity to use your props under your right leg for support as you come into your forward fold on this side. So we're going to lift and lengthen before we do anything. So lengthen the spine, take a big inhalation, and then on your exhalation, come forward, nose toward knee. And this can be where you stay for about 5 breaths, or you might want to take a couple more lengthens if you feel like you can get a little more deeply into the stretch. Just decide what it is you need, whether it's with the strap, using a block or a blanket under your knee. Once you find that sweet spot where you're getting the stretch you need, see if you can soften. This is another one of those poses that de-stresses, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Any kind of forward fold will do, but this is what we're doing today, so let's use it. We're also getting a nice stretch in our hamstrings. Keep the neck soft, keep the face soft. Notice how very quickly we undo all the good work we've done. All it takes is going out into the world or having a little challenge. So see if you can maintain some of that de-stressing that we did in the beginning by keeping the breath long, keeping your self soft, swallowing in the throat when you need it, maybe yawning, maybe sighing. It works for you. All 3 are good. Many ways to relieve stress, and our body does it mostly unconsciously, but we know, so we can use this knowledge for good. Let's take one more deep breath. And on the exhalation, release your strap if it's there. Lift on up. Extend the right leg. Good. Flex and point the feet, rotate them around, get the ankles all settled. And then we'll take the left leg across the right, flex the right toes. Give yourself a hug or take the arm to the outside of the left leg. Take your left hand behind you. We'll take the twist on this side. So start small, deciding where your neck is happiest. And then maybe you take your twist from this right rib cage, not the lower back, over toward the left. And you can take a few breaths to kind of find that sweet spot. So lift and lengthen on your inhale, crown of the head reaches. And on your exhalation, take your twist. Good. I wonder if barking is a release. Can you guys hear that? The dogs are barking right outside the window. Good. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Use your exhalation to twist. And then we'll stay for 2 more breaths. Just pause at your final edge. And let your breath, so you can feel your belly expanding, pressing into your thigh. Another opportunity for detoxification. All those organs getting an internal massage, so good for us. And then to make this next breath your largest, most expansive breath. Excellent. And then slowly on your exhale, take your time to unwind. We've been there for a while, so give yourself time. And then we'll take this left foot, place it on the inside of the right. Now, this side might be different than the others. As we know, the right and left sides are so unique. So decide if you want to prop yourself up, letting your knee be supported by a prop. And then decide if you want to use your strap. And come forward with a nice long spine. Reach for your foot, your strap, your pant leg. And inhale to lengthen the spine before we descend toward that knee, toward that leg. Use your exhalation to descend. Take as many passes through that as you need to. And then find that forward fold that works for you. And then find stillness. And let your nervous system relax even further. This is where all the healing comes. Good digestion. The ability to have clarity and presence. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Maybe you decide you have a little more. Maybe you can get a little closer to that knee. Maybe you can soften the shoulders, soften the cheeks, soften the jaw. Yawn, sigh, or swallow. Good. Make this next inhalation your biggest, most expansive, and then take your hands and walk them up that leg. Come on up. Extend the left leg long. Circle out the ankles. Give your legs a nice pat all the way up and down. Good. While we're here, let's just take some hip rocking the baby, you know, wrapping our arms around this right leg, looking lovingly as though it were a baby. Just rock the right hip. Good. And then take the left one, just rock it out. If you can get your foot into your elbow crease on the right side, go ahead, go for it. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to our mats. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. You can pad your knees. That should be nice. We'll come to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Tops of the feet on the floor. Fingers spread nice and wide. Sophie, shake it out. And then drop your belly, lift your gaze. We'll pass through some cat-cows, moving the spine in each direction, but keep it slow. Keep it mindful. Inhale on the cow. Exhale, bring that belly into the spine on your cat. Make a full inhalation for your cow pose. And make sure you have a Complete exhalation on your cat. Good. A few more. If your knees are tender, come on up into downward facing dog. And when you're ready, we will all meet in down dog, tucking the toes, pressing into every little joint of the fingers, including that meaty part of the hand between the thumb and the forefinger. Really use that to support your wrists. Lift your hips. Find your first down dog of the day, head under hips. So if you're experiencing allergy issues, we're going to address those later. However, you might feel a little sinus stuff going on. So just acknowledge it, walk it out. Kind of keep your breath nice and deep as much as you can. And then press your heels to the floor. Find stillness. Lift your hips a little bit more. Get that extension in the spine. Get really long from the tailbone down to the crown of the head. Also really good for de-stressing. Shake your head yes and no. When you're ready, come up on your toes, look forward, take a slow walk to your forward fold at the front of your mat. Rotate your wrists out, release the wrists. And then bend your knees as much as you need to. Come into your first ragdoll. Again, head under heart, super restorative, but if you're feeling allergy symptoms, you might feel a little pressure in the head. So try to relax the back of the neck. We'll get things moving. Good, maybe rock from side to side. Release the lower back. Good. On your next inhalation, bend your knees, root into your feet to rise up one vertebra at a time. Come on up. Let those shoulders roll back and down. And if you do have some dizziness, that those sinuses are kind of readjusting, just give yourself a moment. Let yourself be here in mountain pose. Take a nice big breath in. Let your palms face forward and your shoulders draw back. Feel your body readjusting to gravity. Maybe feeling the weight being distributed from side to side. Good. Maybe swallow, maybe yawn, maybe sigh. Whatever keeps you calm, whatever keeps your nervous system in that rest and digest. We're starting to appreciate that experience. When you're ready, sweep your arms up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bending your knees as much as you need to. Coming to floor or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, take your hands to the floor or blocks. And inhale, root to rise. And we'll just move the back a little bit more. Take a hold of the right wrist and lean left. Keeping that right leg firmly planted. Inhale, back up to center. Take a hold of the left wrist and lean right. Good. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. And exhale, take your hands back behind you, clasp them, and take a gentle back bend. Nothing's crazy, nothing strenuous. Just lean back. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Good. When you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Lengthen the spine, gazing toward the floor. And exhale, take your hands to the floor. Step the left foot all the way back. We'll come into a low lunge here. So lower the left knee. Come on up. We'll get that stretch in the left hip. Left hip flexor. So shine your heart. Good. Breathe in here. Breathe out. If the knees aren't comfortable here, you can pad them or lift the knee. Eventually, we will all lift our knees. We'll bring our hands to heart center and take the left elbow to the right thigh, then take a twist. Detoxifying twist toward the right. Keep pressing back with that left heel. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you like, take your gaze up toward the ceiling. Maybe press the elbow a little more into that leg, the leg into the elbow. One more breath in. And on your exhale, take your hands to the floor. We're going to straighten the right leg. Take that left leg, hop it in just a little bit, 1 foot or so, both toes facing forward. Come into your pyramid pose. So the nose comes toward the right knee, the legs are fairly straight. Breathe in. Press that left heel toward the floor or step it forward more. Get that calf stretch. Feel the weight distributed between both feet. Good. Soft face, soft back of the neck. On your next breath in, look forward, bend your right knee, step your left foot to meet your right. Roll out those wrists and rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach up all the way. Reach for your left wrist with your right hand. Take a side bend. Good. Inhale back up to center. And exhale, take your side bend left. Good. Breathe in as you reach up, flip your palms, take them behind you, clasp them the funky way. So place the other thumb on top, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your gaze, lean on back. Good. Breathe in as much as you can in this back bend. Then breathe out, come back to center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to floor or block. Step the right leg back, way back. See how far back you can get. Pad your knees. If you like, lower your right knee to the floor. Come on up. Let's stretch that right hip flexor. So you can lean forward a little bit, shine your heart. Again, if your knees are tender today, even when they're padded, sometimes that happens. Excuse me. Just tuck your toes, come on up. Eventually we will all join you. So you can tuck your tuck your right toes. See, I have allergies. And then we're going to take our hands to our heart, take our right elbow to the outside of the left leg and twist. Detox. Detox time. So coughing is a good sign that I'm detoxing. Good. Moving stuff around. It's all good. All right, bring your hands back down, especially when the head's under the heart. Bring yourself into your pyramid pose. So the right foot facing forward, the left foot facing forward. Sorry, I'm going to take a little drink of water. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep pressing into that left heel. Ah, that was nice. And take your nose toward your right knee. Good. When you're ready, bend your right knee, step your right foot forward, and root to rise. I gotta get my head from under my, excuse me, my heart for a while. I've had a cold this weekend. Took a COVID test, negative, so no biggie. All right, so we're gonna bring our feet about hip width. You probably know what's coming. We've already opened up our hips a little bit. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Come into your mountain pose. Good, breathe in. I'm probably coughing right into my mic. It's probably really loud. Sorry. Breathe out. And then bring your weight into your left foot. Let's come into a tree pose. So establish your drishti, looking forward at something that's not moving. All I've got is trees. It's no good. So I've got to find something on my window that is a little spot that's not moving. Decide where your tree will land today. So you might press your foot into your inner thigh or your heel into your ankle. Find your tree. And then come back to your breath. Notice what happens to your breath as soon as you are challenged in this way, this balanced kind of way. Good. Grow your branches if you like. Drop those leaves that are no longer necessary in your life. Come back to heart center. Bring that leg forward. Lower it on down. Good. Let yourself re-establish your mountain pose. Good. Find that nice tall mountain. Notice if your chin is coming forward. See if you can tuck it a little bit. And just feel your weight equally distributed as much as possible from side to side. The hips are supporting us, the knees, the ankles. And that spine is long, long as long can be. Find your drishti, bring your weight into your right leg. Decide if it's ankle and heel or foot and leg. If you fall out, come back. One side's going to always be more challenging, right? Try to press equally into leg and foot. Grow your branches. Get nice and tall in the spine. And breath stays nice and smooth. Trees blow in the wind, so be supple. Drop your dead leaves. And come back to center. Nice. Taking a risk here. Only the risk of coughing, so it's not a big deal. So bring your legs nice and wide on your mat. So you're going to come lengthwise. We're going to take another detoxifying, de-stressing pose, just with a forward fold, a wide leg forward fold. We'll incorporate a little twist into it. So bring your hands to your waist, come forward, just come halfway and notice how you feel. Oh yeah, my sinuses are really doing a thing. So let your head hang if that feels okay. Bring your fingertips to floor or blocks. And notice what's happening in your feet. See if you can bring your awareness to the outsides and the insides of your feet. So both sides. And then press the toes into the mat. Press the heel into the mat. Good. Get really stable here as much as you can. And then we're going to take that twist by taking the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Sweep that left arm up. Good. Breathe in. Take your twist. So we want to try to keep the hips as centered as possible. That left hip's going to want to kind of scooch over. See if you can keep it forward, pressing with equal intensity into both feet. Good. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Take the left hand to the outside of the right foot. And again, you'll notice that left hip is doing things. See if you can keep it where it is. It might have to move a little bit. And then take your gaze up toward that right arm. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next exhalation, bring your hands forward. And decide if you want to take a wide leg downward facing dog by bringing your hands forward, letting your head relax between your arms and gaze back. And you can even claw the surface in front of you. It probably won't be on your mat unless your mat is super big. And just enjoy the stretch of the spine. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then take your hands forward. We're going to rise up. Hands can come to hips again. Rise up just slowly. Yeah. Are your sinuses moving? Good. So are mine. Heel toe your, your feet in. And then we're just going to unceremoniously, if you like a squat, you can come through a squat, unceremoniously come to seated again. So prop yourself up as needed. This is where a Kleenex might be handy. I'm going to take the risk. Once again, sit up nice and tall. We're going to practice a little alternate nostril breathing. So good for detoxification, reorienting the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Good for allergies, all kinds of things. So, and de-stressification as well. So when you're ready, I use my right hand. You can certainly use your left hand, the thumb and the fourth finger, the ring finger. Take a nice full breath in and close off the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Inhale fully through the left. And close that off with the ring finger. Open up the right. Exhale through the right. Inhale fully through the right. At this point, if you've got it, close your eyes, exhale through the left, or continue to watch me. Inhale fully through the left. Close off that left nostril, exhale through the right. Good. Inhale through the right. Close it off, exhale through the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. If you notice yourself getting dizzy, just pause. Exhale left. Inhale left. We're really almost there. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release the hands to your legs. Keep your eyes closed and just take a few normal breaths here. Wipe your nose if you need it. Just notice. We're going to end our practice here, or if you prefer a shavasana on your back, again, feel free to do that. I'm going to stay seated, especially if you have any congestion, any allergies that are challenging you. It might be better to stay seated. Gotten a lot moving today. Let's decide where we will land for our final resting pose. Sukhasana or corpse pose. And then let your breath come naturally. Let your eyes close. If you like a mudra, perhaps touch your thumb to your pointer finger, your index finger. And let's just be still in the silence, allowing all of the good work, all of the detoxification, all of the de-stressification to settle into our systems and do the good work of healing, the good work of self-care. so we can be there for those we love and find joy in our everyday lives. As you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Bring an inner smile into your body. Imagine your heart is smiling. Maybe a little gentle smile curves on your lips. Maybe you can experience your eyes smiling. When you're ready, sweep your arms up. Reach up for all the goodness. Take your palms together at your heart center and take a moment to bow. Finding gratitude for this body, for this practice, for the opportunities for healing and self-care right here on our mats. How cool is that? Thank you guys for practicing. Until next time, namaste.
Connie, this is Martha. I thought that you might be interested. I'm in the Baltic between Denmark and Sweden on a cruise ship practicing with you this morning.
Sweet! Very cool.